Here's the Pokemon team I would have as a deep seafloor scientist. The rules are team of 6, 3 honourable mentions, and a legendary if you could have one that's not in your team. And really only Gen 1 through 4 because that's all I know, but if there are others out there you think should make the cuts, then let me know. So we're focusing just on the deep sea floor to narrow it down because there's a lot of water Pokemon out there. First up we have Corsola. Absolutely, you've got to have this. This is the coral Pokemon. Like, look at it. It could be found in shallow, but it could also be found very deep. Did you know there are actually very deep corals, and corals don't just live in shallow tropical waters. You can find them pretty much at any depth around the oceans. Next up is Gastrodon. This is absolutely going to be our sea slug kind of Pokemon and gives a bit of variety with it being water and ground. So there we go. We've got that covered as well. Next up we have Omastar from Gen 1. This one had to be included, good water rock Pokemon, and also really well representative of the Nautiloid family of animals that you have in the ocean. There's a lot of these around, so that had to be thrown in there. Next up we have Relicanth, really cool water rock Pokemon from Gen 3, and really good representation of much older kind of like rocky fish that live on the deep sea floors, like your coelacanths kind of thing. Absolutely, this had to be included. It's meant to represent like ancient fish. Next we're going for like the midnight twilight deep zones, so we're going for our Lantern. This is of course meant to be an anglerfish. You've got to have one of these as a deep sea floor marine scientist. And the final one you'd face in my team is a Crawdaunt. So Crawdaunt is pretty cool, water dark, and it's also good for representing our crustacean community, of course, which you find a lot of on the deep sea floor. Now for the honourable mentions, first up, Starmie. Starmie didn't quite make the cut, but there's of course a lot of starfish and a lot of varieties of starfish on the seafloor, so it almost made it, and of course classic Gen 1 Pokemon there. Next up we have another family we haven't really covered, Octillery. Octillery didn't quite make the cut, but of course are octopi and squid, which are very prevalent on the seafloor, so there we go, almost made it, and in that family also Remorates. Another one from Gen 3, almost honourable mention, is a Clamperl. Of course, these would be found all over the seafloor, so clamps with the pearls inside, so again representing our little community. So didn't quite make the cut, but another really cool seafloor Pokemon that they added in Gen 3. And finally, the legendary you would have as a deep sea floor marine scientist would be Kyogre. So this was one of my favourites. I played Sapphire as a kid, so yeah, absolutely, this one is going to be the legendary you would have if you didn't. There are going to be more coming of these. Like I said, I'm breaking down marine science into a couple of different ones. I've already done geology and volcanoes, so follow along for more of them.